We got some goats that been cruising for a snoozing. Big Billy Goat Esteban here. Been active all last night and all day today, and he's got a little bit of a nap going on here just before sundown. Here on July the 11th, 2023. We're going to be separating the goats. There's been a bit of spurt of mating activity. Going to produce some winter babies. We don't always like that, but we couldn't stop it this time. But we are going to cut it short right now, and then after 30 days we'll do some pregnancy tests. But we're pretty sure that several of these does have already been mated and pregnant. They're going to be having babies anytime now. All right, Esteban. In particular, this sweet doe here, known as Dolina. Right, Dolina? It's hard to tell by just looking at their bodies because they're all so plump from natural wild forage that the goats have access to all day long. Over here we're looking at 3 of the big bucks and a couple of the does. We know that one doe in the back there, they were really after her a while ago. They locked her up with Esteban for 1 day before he jumped out and came over and was mating with another one, and then we let her out. So we don't know who mated her, but it seems like she might have got mated, and we'll have some winter babies. But Dolina here, I'm getting ready to give her a special little place because I think she's ready to have some babies. She's got an udder that's just bulging right now, and I'm milking it a bit here. She's still got a son out here who's hitting her up for some milk once in a while. That little guy right down there by the pump. But those teats are massive. The udder is just swollen. And I think a baby's on the way that's going to have some baby goats with her real soon. You ready, Dolina? Come on, Dolina. Show us what you got going on. Come on. You see, look at those nipples. Almost looks like a dairy goat, right? Right one's swollen quite a bit more. I want to milk that here. I don't want no infections or anything. I want nice, healthy goats. And who are these little babies here? Well, one is older. One's from a previous time. And then these 2 little ones, boy and girl, they're from about 5-6 months ago. And here's the mama. Isabella. You know, she could very well be pregnant. Anyways, we need to do a separation and then count down 30 days, draw blood, and then we will know who is pregnant and who is not. Who is not will then get paired up and mated in the fall so the babies are born at a better time that we think. The better time is right at the end of February, beginning of March for our particular location. Oh, by the way here, Estella, well, either she has a baby and she's gonna have a baby soon, she's already been pregnant, or she just got mated. I know they were after her. What were they doing? I don't know. She's been kind of mellow, but she could very well be pregnant. But she's very healthy, very shiny, shiny black fur. Plump, healthy on natural forage. And her little son here, Blueson, the buck. Remember him? He's the one that had the broken rear leg, completely severed. It was like swinging either direction. And I mended him up and took such good care of him, and within 2 months, that he was off on his own and just hopping around again, and it was healed completely. So we saved him. Of course, we've got this precious mama here and her little blue-eyed baby. You can tell who's related here, can't you? And Wilma and her little buckling. Wilma the Weinheimer and Wilhelm. Isn't he a beautiful little buck? And of course we got brown-eyed baby Blue here. Okay, I'm gonna go make some carrot cake. It's gonna be carrot cake for dinner tonight, folks. Carrot cake with cold goat's milk. Ma. Wait a minute. I'm not going to do anything till I mention these little critters. Here's our little black and white buckling. He's about 5 months old. 5, 6 months old. He's a beauty. And here is little Steffi, our little orphan girl from, well, she's about 6 months old. She and this one other little doeling here are the 2 does that are too young to mate, and we're going to protect them. And so far I haven't seen many moves on them, but one day they were going after her recently, and I pulled her out, and I'm watching her, kind of keeping her with me during the day, although the last couple of days she's been out with the herd. But they messed her up. They sprayed her all over and everything with you know what. But I think she's okay, and I gave her a shampoo promptly, and just look at that beautiful fur on her. But yeah, there are 2 little doelings that we need to protect. We definitely don't want them to be getting pregnant, you know. That's not gonna happen. Please. It's possible that in the fall they could mate, but still we think that's early, and we would prefer to keep them isolated. So we've got some big moves to make, folks, because they busted through some fences and trees knocked down fences. Other fences are now terminated way up on the shore because of the water level going down, and multiple points where the fence, they can just walk around. So there's big fencing work to do. Money has run out completely. Materials are out. There's a great need for a roll of barbed wire right now, at least 1 roll of barbed wire, please. And we need cattle panels. But we can't wait. Our alternative solution is wood. Wood, lots of wood. Like across the lake, you'll see over there, you'll see wooden walls that are completely defining a multi-acre paddock there. 2 wooden walls at each end of that big paddock. Of course, that paddock's not defined now because the water levels have dropped and they can just go around the fence. But We're going to be building with wood. We have some areas with some older cattle panels, but sections that need reinforcement, and wood above the cattle panel, because some of these goats will jump over the cattle panel. Not all of them. Most of these does are okay, but there's a couple that are jumpers. I mean, Esteban here, he jumped right over the cattle panel. This last week I put him in there, and well, look, he's on top of this car. You can tell he's fit. But you give it another 1.5 feet, you know, another 2 foot. Get it up there over 6 foot, and he ain't jumping. Nobody's jumping. So we got some woodwork to do. Got to contain some goats. Oh yeah, this is one of the ones they've been after here. Ain't she a beauty? Oh, she's ready to go, I'm telling you. I think she was just mated, but I don't know. That other's kind of full a bit there. I don't know. Who knows? She might have been mated before. It's possible, you know. But ain't she a beauty? Look at her. So anyways, folks, we're going to be locking some goats down under high security out of necessity here. There's all kinds of reasons. Hunters are going to be back out here again soon. Crops are growing in areas where we do not want these goats going right now. And so we're going to get on it. It's a lot of work every day, cutting fresh forage for them and starting to introduce more hay, which they haven't had hay since the winter. And a lot more on the purposeful feed. We will be letting them out for supervised foraging, you know, periodic sessions for foraging. And we are working on some portable foraging. They're about 7 by 7 foot, and they're very strong, and we can rotate those around on some areas with this bahia grass and places where they can forage, and we can do some smaller groups of goats in areas like that. And it's also important for mamas and their babies, and so we're going to be making a few of those. That's another reason we need cattle panels urgently. They cost $35 each for 2 cattle panels. I can cut them each in half. They're 15, 16 foot long, and I can make 7 by 7 foot paddocks for them, mobile, completely mobile and movable. And so for $70 in cattle panel, it's we've got a solution that's really high value. So we're going to work on it, and otherwise, good evening from Goat Refuge Lake, Escambia Lakes, Floribama. Yep, we're right on the border of Florida and Alabama. Right, Esteban?